Tyson, Helton. Coach, we'll open it up with a statement and we'll jump into questions.
Yeah, excited about the Thursday matchup against UTEP. Get to come back home, looking for a great crowd. About to get in the thick of the weekday conference games, so we need to be at our best. I see a UTEP team that's getting better every single week. They compete extremely hard. I know they're well coached. I know their head coach, and he does a great job of getting those guys ready to play. We need to play our best game. We didn't have a championship mentality about us, and make sure that we do everything right if we want to win this football game. But our guys will be excited to get back on the field after having a bye week and getting back into conference play. That's the questions.
For that bye week, how important was it to kind of have a little bit of time this part of the season to reset and maybe evaluate what you were doing?
I think it came in at a really good time. You know, you get 5 games under your belt. You get to focus on the things that you need to work on. I thought we got a lot done last week. I thought some guys were able to get healthy again. We got a couple practices under our belt to get ready for UTEP, which was good. And so it came at a good time. It really did. We just now we got to make sure we go out there and make things happen so that we can go win a game.
You know, looking at you finished the non-conference slate there, pretty good overall, highly competitive. You know, it's kind of looking back at that. You know, what have you learned about that team as we're about to start the bulk conference play?
Say that one more time.
Sorry, I speak too low. My bad. You finished the non-conference schedule. You play a competitive schedule, a tough schedule. You play opponents really well. Just kind of what have you learned about the team in that non-conference slate that you get to use towards the rest
I
of the
think
time?
what we learned about ourselves is we know what we're capable of, and we're capable of beating anybody we play. At the same time, if we don't play our best game, anybody can beat us, and so we have to have an edge every single week. We have to have a championship mentality every single week. You look at some of the games this past weekend, there was a lot of upsets. Some really good football teams got beat. And really what it comes down to is the execution and having an edge and making plays at critical downs. That's the difference between winning and losing. So I've seen that in us in both. I've seen us make the play and I've seen us not make the play. And if you want to make a conference run, we need to make those plays. We played solid up to this point. I would say we've played great. I think we've just played solid, and our best football can be ahead of us. Now we got to go out there and make it happen.
You've got a handful of midweek games coming up. Is there any change in dynamic? I know I asked about whenever you played the first midday game. Does midweek change anything, or is that going to be kind of sort of a different kind of rhythm?
You try to stay on the same schedule. Sunday was actually a Tuesday practice for us, and now today is a Wednesday practice for us. So we try to stay on the same routine. At the same time, and I hate to talk about another opponent while you're getting ready, but we'll have a 6-day turnaround for our next conference game and on the road. So there has to be a little bit of preparation behind the scenes, not necessarily with the football team. Our support staff has to work behind the scenes to get ready, just because there's going to be a quick turnaround. So there's a lot of organization that goes into that. I really like the weekday games. I think it markets our program, it puts our brand out there. We're on every TV in America, all those kind of things. So we want to be at our best. We want to showcase our brand at the highest level, and to get the opportunity to do that, we'll get that opportunity this Thursday to do that. So a lot of things going on, a lot of work going on, but you gotta love the process, and we love the process.
The Mountain West announced last week that this week's opponent UTEP will be joining them 26-27. Just kind of want to get your thoughts on the state of Conference USA and this latest one up in the environment. What do you feel like accomplished that and what's Lester's future?
I think it goes just beyond Conference USA. I think college football, everybody anticipates there to be restructuring over the next couple of years. The dominoes will continue to fall. You control what you can control. Our conference has always done a great job of adding teams. You look at some of the teams that have been added in several conferences that were FCS teams that have immediate success, the James Madisons of the world. You You look at a really good Sam Houston team right now that's in our conference. That was a great addition, and they're winning currently, and they got a good football team. And there's a lot of other teams as well. So Conference USA has always done a great job of adding teams. I think everybody in college football anticipates some of those dominoes to keep falling. I think you'll probably see some more regional, things that make more sense regionally. That's what you're starting to see maybe with a UTEP, going to the Mountain West, or some of these other schools may try to grab teams. But like I've always told everybody, I've been in the league since the beginning of this league, and we've always done a great job of recreating ourselves, reestablishing ourselves. And that's to be expected in college football, and it's going to continue to be that way, not just for Conference USA, but for all conferences.
TJ, how's he coming in this return from injury?
Doing well. We're out on track from healing. He's doing a good job with rehab, and we're still probably a couple weeks out from knowing kind of when anticipating him being back. Right now, he's just trying to rehab and try to get as healthy as he can.
When you look at this UTEP team, you talked about the head coach earlier. He just came from Austin Peay. Austin Peay played here a couple of years ago. A lot of those guys also transferred over there to UTEP. It's kind of what do you know about this team from? They're kind of similar to who you played a couple of years ago.
Yeah, Scotty Walden does a fantastic job. A lot of energy. Very bright offensive mind. He gives defenses a lot of problems. They're going to play really fast. They like to throw it around. They like to try to create confusion if they can. I look at every game they've been in. You look at the Sam Houston game, they hit a shot down the field. Unfortunately, there was a holding call or something that brought it back, or they missed the throw just off slightly. So they are very, very close to making those plays, and that's why for us, again, we got to play at the highest level, because what I see is a quality, competitive football team that plays extremely hard. I think there's a lot of parity in this conference, and you got to come with your A game every single day. But I know that football team will come in here, they'll be ready to play, they'll be excited to play us, and we got to match that intensity. I love our football team. I think we got a great work ethic. I think we have a pro mentality. I think we have an edge about us. So it should be a good matchup. It should be a good game.
They really able to kind of turn the page on the disappointment at DC pretty quickly. That wasn't your everyday tough loss. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I think you get 24 hours to feel
48?
No, 24 hours. Not even 24 hours. We say all the time when you walk into the facility, whether you win or lose, you've turned the page, and you should know the difference by your actions, whether you won or lost. You go back to work, you go back to the process. You try to learn from every experience that you were in. We learned a lot from Toledo. We were on the right side of the Toledo, but there was a lot of things that could have gone wrong in Toledo. So you try to correct those things. Same thing for Boston College, You like to think next time that some of the things that I think back to we had a 3rd and 5, you had the sack fumble there, maybe we could have done something different. So we analyzed those kind of things. That was a critical down. It was actually 2 third downs that were critical with turnovers. So you try to, with the bye week, you try to look at everything you can, flip over every stone. But you better not feel sorry for yourself for 1 second, or you're going to end up losing again. And our football team is not that way. Not our players, not our staff, not our administration. We keep trucking and keep moving along. I've said it before, the season is a marathon. It is not a sprint. We'll be evaluated off the full body of work at the end of the season, not off of just a couple games.
You mentioned you guys took this opportunity to get a little healthier. Anybody in particular able this week that wasn't last time?
No, I think we're doing fairly well. I don't think there's any new news there as far as anybody out or those kind of things. Hopefully we can get some guys back, but right now I don't have anything to report on that.
last week, Big Red kind of went, viral with the helmets and the uniforms. Just, how you feel about them as, taking the national attention.
Yeah, I think it's great. Anytime we put our brand out there and we, it's become kind of a thing where what is the Tops going to do next, and that's great to see our equipment staff and our administration and everybody, the creativity they have and thinking out of the box. And, we're, for the group of five, we're a very recognizable brand. People take notice to us. And so we got to continue to build on that in every single area, whether that's winning games or whether that's marketing or whether that's apparel or whatever it might be. You have to stay one step ahead of the game. You have to be unique, and I think we are here with all those things.
Does the coaching staff get involved with that? Will you hear have some big red gear?
No, I'm the worst. I am the worst. I joke all the time. There's always some young coach that I say, hey, you're the fashion consultant for apparel and coach gear, because as you can see, I'm just plain old guy, So I make sure we have people that are highly creative, and that's their expertise, and I stay out of all that.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, guys, thank you.